All right, here's my corny one-liner. I hate January.
Please don't let there be a XXX4, please. Oh, this movie is trying. We just saw XXX, Return of Xander Cage, and
Yeah.
they're just trying so hard for this to continue the franchise. This is like they're trying to do what Fast and Furious was trying to do, like what they did. They were returning when they made those movies, and they're trying to start this new franchise. I hope this doesn't work, because the thing is that I've never liked any of them, and I never saw the second one because I heard it was terrible. I saw the first one, didn't like that one, and this one was just garbage. Like, it just was not good at all. But what do you have to start?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat there. I saw the first one, didn't care for it. The second one I never took the time to see, although I heard that Ice Cube was the star of this one, and he has a cameo at the end. But
yeah, the thing about his cameo too is, I've known people who've I've known people who have at least said they admitted that they liked the first one, but I've never met anyone who said they liked State of the Union. And when his a cameo happens, they make it sound like it's so amazing that he's in this movie. Like, he's the XXX of 2005, and it's just like, yeah, like I think what should have happened after she said that, she should have been like, oh, he's the XXX of 2005.
Yeah, this movie though, this really just irked me.
Yeah, I also saw every twist in this movie coming. They try to make you think Samuel Jackson's dead. He's not.
Well, yeah, because
I knew Tony Collette was going to turn out to be the villain. That happened. Yeah. I especially figured, like, there was one part where, like, oh no, this one guy was the real villain. And I was like, oh, okay, so they're not going with that. But then when I noticed, like, there's some action scenes I noticed from the trailer that aren't present. Yep, she's the villain. And it was just so predictable, and it was lame too. It was just like, sure, it led to one of the only good action scenes. The anti-gravity fight was pretty good. And there were some likable stuff in this movie. Like, Donnie Yen was really good in it as the one. I forgot it, Zhang or whatever his name is. Say everyone's always gonna have like a cool name, Xander Cage. And what was Ice Cube's name? It was like something Stone. Like, it's never just something like. It's just, they always gotta have really cool names or extreme names, because XXX came out after XXX came out, like during that whole early 2000s, everyone was like obsessed with like extreme sports action movies. There was just billions of them at that time, and they were all awful, and of course they dwindled and died, and this one's trying to bring it back, and it's just not gonna work. It was pretty bad. Besides, like I said, there were some action scenes I did enjoy. Like the last half was okay, but for the most part, that entire movie was just not enjoyable. I was just like sitting there, like, especially because there's so large chunks of this movie where the movie's taking itself way too seriously. It just wasn't very good.
I didn't really see it as taking itself seriously. It's just that it doesn't even work as like a cartoony movie. It's just a joke, and not a good one. I mean. There are so many awful one-liners,
and especially I agree with Chris Stuckman. I don't think Vin Diesel works as that type of action hero. Look, I'm moving. And there's a scene where he's like, I'm moving, you told me not to move, I'm funny.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like when did this turn into Vin Diesel's stand-up comedy routine? Just give him a microphone. Hey, don't you think it's weird? With something, just like, I kept thinking he was gonna get a microphone and just start doing a joke or something. I'm like, what the heck's going on? Yeah. He just does not.
I think I chuckled like only once in this movie, but I don't even remember what at.
I laughed a couple times at some stuff, but for the most part, yeah, it was just, this movie was pretty. It's trying really hard. It just feels like it's a movie trying really hard to make you think it's cool, but it just isn't.
Yes.
Especially, another thing that bugs me too is that this movie, most action scenes are shot the same, like, really quick editing. Even with people like Donnie Yen and Tony Jaa. Tony Jaa was the guy with the white hair. He usually actually doesn't look like that. I don't know why they decided to make him look like that. But they actually are martial artists. They know how to do martial arts. You don't have to do quick editing to make it look like they're like, because they know what they're doing. You don't have to quick edit
the editing in this was, I think, actually much faster than usual in action movies that are poorly shot. This Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, technically this has a lot better editing than Underworld Blood Wars did.
Yeah, maybe, I
Especially
guess.
because that was
Although,
mainly because that was always edited, even when they're just talking. It was like, dude. This one, at least, when they were talking, the editing was fine. But it's just when the action scenes happen, when the editing was a little just the typical, we have to make it seem like it's really fast. It's just like
it's so fast, in fact, and so jumbled that when things are happening at once in like separate locations, when it cuts to from one location to another during an action scene, it takes a moment for you to realize that it's even gone to a different location. It's really jarring.
So I don't know if did you see Chris Stuckman's review of this movie?
I didn't yet.
He said for him, I remember he said the most annoying character was the tech girl.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nina Doberman.
Yeah, her acting and character in this was just insufferable.
Yeah, she's very well known for that show, The Vampire Diaries. I'm just like, and she just left like a couple seasons ago. I'm just like, maybe you should have stayed. Yeah. I mean, she was pretty good in The Perks to Be a Wallflower. I don't know why she was so bad.
She was in that, yeah.
She was the sister. She was pretty good in that one too. She's not a bad actor. I don't know what the heck she was doing in here though. She's just trying to, like, she has like just remember, Stuckman mentioned this a lot in his review about all these women always going, ooh, Xander Cage, your muscles. It's just like, it's just like, just like this movie's just like, look at me, I'm straight. It's just like, it just looks like it's trying too hard to say, look at me, I'm straight. Look at all. Like, I think there's like no bad looking woman in this movie. Like, if there's like one woman in this, like, that was like a little overweight, it would explode. The movie would just go, and I'm still boggled my mind. DJ Caruso directed this.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, it's just like the opposite in how terrible it is from like Disappointments Room.
Well, you heard about. Did you see? I don't know if you ever saw Stuckman's like top 10 worst. We talk about Disappointments Room, where it was rushed to release because Relativity Media was shut down, so they just kind of wanted to release their last couple movies, so they did that with the Disappointments Room. That's why it came out so fast, and the trailer was just out right before the movie came out.
And the official one was out on the day of the movie's release. Yeah, I mean, DJ Caruso did direct Disturbia. That was a fun movie.
Yeah, he's not.
He also did I Am Number 4 though, which was
that bad.
Not all that great.
I liked I Am Number 4 for the most part.
I
like the last half action sequences, anyways. Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah, Good Bad Flicks actually did a thing.
Probably because Michael Bay was producer, so.
He produced I Am Number 4?
Yeah, he did.
Are you sure? I don't think
I'm sure.
So. I don't think so.
I'm positive.
I don't see his name on any of the trailer.
I'm positive. It's a Platinum Dune.
But that might not. That he might not have been involved with that one because
his name is in the credits.
Oh sure, okay, but yeah, that Good Bad Flicks actually reviewed that movie. That movie was okay, but I liked the last half was pretty good. I thought for I Am Number. He's not a bad director. He's done some competent stuff, but yeah, this was just really dumb. It just wasn't. I like dumb. I can like dumb action films. Like last year, there's Mechanic Resurrection. That was really dumb, and I enjoyed it. But this one, it just was trying. It just felt like it was just trying too hard to be cool and interesting, and also funny, adding little jokes here and there. Even another Toni Collette as the villain, I didn't like her at all. Because I just saw her last year. She was in Imperium, the one with Daniel Radcliffe. She was really good in that, and just like, and she's a good actor. I don't know what the heck is going on. What I guess maybe she just didn't give a crap. Same thing with even Samuel L. Jackson is just kind of okay in this. I mean,
well, he only bookends the movie, but
he's at the beginning too. But yeah, he's been in all of them, all the XXX movies Samuel L. Jackson has. He's always been the guy who's been like, But yeah, just I don't know. Just this one, like I said, I predicted everything. The action scene, I was mostly bored through the whole entire thing. I remember even during an action, like the middle action scene where they're riding on their bikes and like through the water because they have these little stilts that come out or whatever. I thought that was just. I was pretty bored through that action scene. I was just like, can this movie end already, please?
Yeah. And actually, another thing that just makes the action sequences so boring is that. And this is a problem with some other action films too, that when you make action heroes just invincible, like they're completely perfect in like every aim, every movement, it just takes away any suspense that you might get if they were to, have some kind of a weakness, but
Yeah,
nobody does.
Yeah, it's like the opposite of last week we saw Sleepless.
Yeah.
That was very real guy in a really bad situation. He got the crap kicked out of him, but that was good because you always felt for him. So like it's like, oh man, beat up the bad guy. But in this, they're just like, noom, 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 noom. Oh, you're a bad guy. I have a grenade or something. Or Ruby Rose has an assault, has a sniping is written in sniping position. You're dead. Or just like there's just every scene something you think something bad's gonna happen. It's just like I'm a cool bad dude beats the crap out of everyone. It's just like there's no worry. There's no. I mean, sometimes that can be okay, like in Commando. There's like he has that movie's still kind of fun. Like I don't know if you saw Nostalgia Critic's review on it.
I haven't. I haven't even seen Commando before.
You should check out his review of it. It's great. There's like a scene where like all these he's in the middle and all these people are shooting at him and they're just missing. And so he makes a joke that he can shoot and they keep missing him and he keeps shooting at them and always hitting. And he makes a joke that like where he shoots himself and shoots another one of the bad guys like he's like yeah. But that like movies like but then again that movie was cheesy and fun and it knew what it was. Like this one knows what it is, but it's also just like trying to be cool and like it's trying to start a franchise. This it even ends like, yeah, they're gonna come after you now or something like that. And and also the same thing with at least like the Fast and Furious sequels. Now they always have villains that are interesting and you hate, except for like Fast 5 was kind of bland, but the villain in Fast and Furious was fine, but but like 6 and 7 had pretty interesting villain, like at least had someone to hate. This one didn't. It just had like you were kind of confused and then even like the first guy they had was like supposed to be this one guy, I forgot it, he was really boring, and then Toni Collette was just like I saw that coming, and she was just once she became villain, I just didn't care, and she's you barely saw her, so I just never was like there was like no villain to really hate in this. I felt if it had that I would have been more attached, I think, a bit, but they didn't have that, so it's just kind of Besides, like I said, a couple action scenes. Like I did think even Stuckman admitted a little bit that he also like kind of like the anti-gravity scene at the end, but yeah. Besides stuff like that, it was mostly just forgettable, especially because there's a large chunk where they're just talking and planning things, and it's like, especially there's also this, oh, look at this one guy, he can kick things or something like that, or do this. He's this one guy, we just hired him because he's insane. He likes to drive and make crashes and take pictures, and just like,
yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of just like there's like so many like there's that one scene where Samuel Jackson blows up and that just happened to the movie. Or even like when Vin Diesel shoots those guys out, it's like, oh, Vin Diesel, can you shoot me out too, or at least shoot like what should have happened in that scene is like Nina Doverman's annoying girl, like, hey, can you stand over there? Okay, la la la. Change her. That would have been that would have been good. Though I think the only I don't know, I didn't think so, but yeah. You have anything else to add, or?
Yeah. I just found this movie to be really obnoxious, really jarring. There's no substance, not even the extent that the character development here gets is just these little fact files that appear whenever someone gets introduced. It's like they got one of the writers of Walking with Dinosaurs. Because in Walking with Dinosaurs, whenever a new dinosaur species came in, it would cut to some kid narrating all these facts about dinosaurs. You mean the dinosaur? Yeah.
You mean the movie that came out, not the?
Yeah, I'm talking about the animated movie from the end of 2013. Because not the BBC special.
Yeah, I saw the BBC special was pretty good, but I heard the movie was pretty bad, so I never saw it. Yeah, this movie could have been better, I think. It really could have been a lot. Then again, like I even liked Underworld Blood Wars better than this, mainly because that was continuing a franchise I actually liked. When this was continuing a franchise I have never liked. So it's just like
yeah.
Pretty forgettable. Okay, anyways, what do you want to give it?
You like doing this to me, don't you, January? This is third week in a row I'm gonna have to give a movie an F.
And this is the third week in the row I'm giving this a D. Underworld.
Oh man, how much can you take?
And yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm really bummed though, because I was really hoping that even with this movie, I was really hoping that there'd be some January that would prove us wrong and have some good movies.
Well, who knows? M. Night Shyamalan might actually be the one to change that.
But then again, I think that came out. Didn't that come out like? Because it's not even on like Flickster when they announce new movies. They only all I see is for The Founder and
No, Split. It's a 2017 film.
Oh, because that's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for some reason I only see on the thing. I only see The Founder and as and the other and Xander Cage on there for some reason. I don't see Split. But yeah, Split. Though I've heard most people I know have seen. Even I hate the Your Movie Sucks. He's another YouTube guy. He actually likes Split and he hated The Visit.
All right. So so we'll be seeing that tomorrow. And
well, I'm still maybe. I still have to think. And Silence is out here now. We should probably.
Sometime. Yeah, we should see Silence as well as Resurrection of Gavin Stone. That has a 36% last time I checked.
I'm probably not going to see that one though. I don't really go to see Christian films.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I only saw I'm Not Ashamed because I was that one made me a little curious. I wanted to see how they handled it. Did you see Cinema Snob's review?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I actually thought that they were going to just do a midnight screenings video when it came on DVD. Then when he did a Snob episode, when it was in my notifications, I was like, oh no, he hated it, didn't he? But actually, he turned out to like it about as much as I thought he was going to. He wasn't going to like it, but wouldn't find it as offensive as he thought. That's what I guess, and yeah, that seems to be what he thought. But yeah. So,
but
XXX though, it's just put a XXX on it.
And we only have one new trailer, and this one was a little suspected. The Fate of the Furious.
The Fate of the Furious, yeah.
This is another movie of the movies coming out this year where someone turns out to betray everyone. Transformers in this one. Fate of the Furious. And of course it looks 10 times better than the movie we just saw.
Yeah.
Mainly, like, I know people always like to make fun of Vin Diesel. He's like, always grumpy, always quiet. But
the over-the-shoulder growl.
But he's always better. But what he did in Xander Cage is way worse than when he's doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a robot. I'm Vin Diesel. He's better when he's a tree.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna have to agree with that. And I didn't even like Guardians of the Galaxy.
But this one, since I've liked the previous ones all that fine, I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, I certainly am. Can't wait to see that submarine chase.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, it looks,
just when you thought it couldn't get any better.
It looks interesting though. I still think the twist is going to be kind of predictable a bit. I'm still like, what I think is that he's probably going to turn out that he's trying to actually take down Charlize Theron though. Charlize Theron looks kind of as a villain. She looks like she's just like I'm evil. Like yeah, because Charlize Theron's a good actor, but she can do meh sometimes.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm looking forward to it. I'll give it a shot. What do you think? You say you're looking forward to it?
Yeah, certainly.
Because you liked it. What have you thought of the other ones? I've never actually gotten.
First one, don't really prefer it all that much. Second and third sucked. 4, kind of so-so. 5 got much better, and 6 was about the same. 7 was great. And so
for me, I don't really like the first one anymore. Once I learned it's basically just Point Break. It really is basically the same story as Point Break. I hate the second one. I actually like the third one. I don't think that one's too bad. Fourth one's okay.
Really?
Yeah, I actually don't. Yeah, Tokyo Drift is fine. I think I kind of liked the kind of an American race car driver kind of having to get used to like a whole different way of how underground racing works, like just that they drift instead of just like, because he's used to just like the driving head on. I thought that was really interesting to me anyways. And then fourth one, it had some enjoyable moments, but it was pretty okay. I liked 5. I also liked 6, and I liked 7 though. I did like, though I do have my little problems with it. Well, then again, I have my little problems with all the series. But yeah, this one looks interesting. I'll give it a shot, even though I probably won't love it completely. But yeah.
You know, the funny thing, I was predicting that that the title of this one was going to be F8, Fate.
Yeah.
It turned out to be The Fate of the Furious.
Yeah.
And what's even funnier, F8 is actually the hashtag for the movie.
Though,
Well,
I will admit, I was really excited for the last one though, because it was directed by James Wan, and I've really
oh
liked
yeah,
him.
yeah.
And
And this
he's only
one,
ever done like one action thriller before Death Sentence, which I know a lot of
that's
people didn't like that one very much. I actually really like Death Sentence. That has Kevin Bacon and it's about him getting revenge for his son's death or whatever.
hmm,
I actually really quite enjoyed it, though it doesn't have a great rating on Rotten Tomatoes. I quite enjoyed that one, so I was really looking forward to see how he'd do with an action film, and I think he did a pretty good job for the most part,
yeah.
except for like some hand-to-hand combat parts that were pretty but
Remind me to add Death Sentence to my watch list.
also because of like there was a lot of recuts and stuff, not just because of the Paul Walker thing, but just like
Hmm.
also I felt Jason Statham's villain was just like they're trying to like the whole point of that Furious 7 was just that they're trying to find Jason Statham for some like, but he keeps finding he wants to kill Toretto anyways. All he has to do is just sit around and wait for him to show up. That's like my only like problem. I thought that was kind of, but
Yeah.
but yeah, this one I'm looking forward to it, even though I'm not as excited because it doesn't have a. Yeah, I mean, I like F. Gary Gray fine. I liked the movie. I liked Friday and Straight Outta Compton and stuff, so I'll give him a shot. But I'm
Yeah.
not looking forward to this as much as the last one because the last one had a director I love. This one has like a director I like, but I don't think he's amazing or anything.
Yeah. I don't. I
But I
don't
will
think.
mention another thing about Furious 7. I did feel bad for James Wan having to deal with the whole Paul Walker thing. It's kind of a bummer that he's
Why?
kind of put. Well, because it was like his first time directing like a thing for a big franchise, and it's just like he had to deal with this because they had to do a lot of reshoots to work around his
Yeah.
death, and I just felt that was kind of hard for him. Like that's
Well,
kind
yeah.
of a hard.
However
That's
hard it
what.
was, they
Yeah,
pulled it off really well.
yeah, they pulled it off pretty well for the
Yeah.
most part. I
Like,
mean, yeah.
like how on God's green planet did a Fast and Furious movie make me cry? Yeah. And actually, I wasn't even a fan
He
of.
didn't cry at all, actually. But I still thought I still thought they did honor his death pretty well though, and that I'm
Yeah.
glad they didn't kill him off. That was good of them.
I wasn't actually a huge fan of Paul Walker before he died. It was when it was when after he died, I found out the kind of man that he was, and after learning about who he was, that I was legitimately sad about it.
Yeah, that's
And
kind
so,
of that's also a kind of bummer about his death because no one really cared that much about him before he died. Like I always
oh,
kind
the
of
Illuminati did. They murdered him because he was a Christian. Aren't I right, Mario?
yeah, though
Man,
because
it's just me, or am I too mean to the guy?
though because I've actually always thought Paul Walker could have been doing better because I've always heard he's really good. I haven't seen it yet, but I've always heard he's really good in the movie Running Scared. That's the movie everyone's like, oh, he's amazing in it.
Yeah.
And I've always thought even in movies like Eight Below and stuff, I was like, this guy could be doing a lot better, but he mostly spent his career on straight to DVD films.
Hmm.
I just felt kind of bad for the guy for the most part, and when he died, it's like that's the only time I was like, oh my god, Paul Walker. I was just like, it's just kind of a bummer that it took into his death for people to really start paying attention to him. Same thing with Heath Ledger too. Heath Ledger was another person who no one really didn't really care about until his death. Same thing with there's also a lot of rappers. Tupac, no one cared about him until his death. And neither did Biggie. I think Biggie Smalls, the other rapper too. If no one cared about him until he got shot. It's kind of a bummer that a lot of people no one really cares about them until they die. It's kind of sad, but
Yeah.
but this one looks
Okay.
interesting. I'll give it a shot. And is there?
Yeah, of
did
course
I
I'm-
miss any trailers?
No, that was the only one we hadn't talked about before.
Because it came in during Resident Evil. Was there any
That
before
was the first one.
That was the first one, really?
Yeah.
I came in during the first trailer.
Mhm.
Wow, because I'm surprised. Because yeah. Okay, so
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, let's find out if M. Night Shyamalan can actually save this January. That'll be tomorrow night.
all right.
Okay, bye.
And then if you see any movies that came out during award season, like Silence, that might help January a bit. Only because
Yeah,
it's
but
in January and we're seeing a movie you
that's
enjoy.
technically a 2016 film, though.
Yeah, no, I know that, but though I don't know if I really want to consider it that. I just because they only released it at that time. They only released it so limited just because so they could get it out at a time when just so they could say that it was out in 2016. And I didn't see it in 2016, so for me, it's gonna be a 2017 movie.
Okay, well.
And also, Sleepless so far for me has been the only enjoyable January that actually came out. And Split.
As it stands right now, though, Monster Trucks is my favorite film of this year. After 5 films I've seen, 3 of which were just awful.
Yeah, but imagine this year was just January. Monster Trucks would probably be the like number 1. Monster Trucks. Everything else on my worst list.
Yeah.
Right. My top 10 list. Number 1, Monster Trucks. That is all.
Number 1, greatest film of the year, Monster Trucks. Yeah, it was so.
Yeah, worst list. Bye, man. He's going on.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's enough for now. So, okay, see ya.